Oh shit, we're live. Hello. Uh and welcome to another scene in Darkness in Dublin, where it is 2:14 in the morning, my time. So this is going to be a fun, non-caffeinated extravaganza as I do random things and get Karina to go do things and stuff. Over the past few days, that's where my highlighter went. Motherfucker, I was looking for that in class. Focus. Over the past few days, Elizabeth has been emailing and texting and just in general bugging Karina in her day-to-day life. Elizabeth being the other worker, yes, at the lab at which Karina works. She has been monitoring the odd growth that the two of them found the last time. And it has. She wouldn't call it an exponential growth rate, but it is definitely progressing at a rate faster than what is good. What did I say instead of accelerated?
You just kind of said it's faster.
Uh,
I think you were trying to find the word for it.
Fuck English.
Yeah, kind of. You're right.
I
Karina,
don't know.
see, upon getting all this, will respond. Um, and say, yes, it's time we handled this. I am on my way to the lab now.
Elizabeth texts in a rather erratic manner, so it's something along the lines of, "Oh, okay. That's really good. Okay, it's really good. Um, I usually don't have to say this, but we might have to. I don't want to say cull our samples a little bit, but like I said, they are growing really fast, and I'm afraid they're gonna start like jumping out of the petri dishes or something. I don't know. It's very odd, scary.
Be careful. Make sure that those specimens are contained, just in case.
Of course, they're always contained before we throw them in the incinerator, as long as, of course, they're not airborne, because then that would just make it worse. And she just sends a random bunch of, Karina can guess that she probably uses text to speech because it's just a whole bunch of random letters after that, nonsense words, as she probably grumbled with text to speech still on, or speech to text. Yeah,
Know what you meant.
that's how that goes. My apologies. Go
Yeah, so Karina doesn't care too much about, all that, about the speech text thing. She probably didn't even know it was a thing until like last week. Um, she is though gonna head on over to the lab and see what the fuck's going on because oh my god, I should probably change just in case. I'm gonna be using Karina's human name for this. Make it her human name. Give me a moment.
It's like,
Hey, my computer stopped making the noise now. I guess it just needed to boot up all the way.
that is good. That is very good. It's like Kiara or something, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Kiara Grayson.
Yeah.
Right here.
Oh man. So when she gets to the lab, Of course, there's the usual hubble as the other employees and scientists go to and fro. Many of them are still to this day trying to work out what exactly happened to the spiders. There are many conspiracy theories that are going around. Some say the government killed all of the spiders in order to release mechanical drones, and so now the spiders are spying on everyone, and they just get more crazy with every theory after that. Of course, the scientists don't believe that, but the spontaneous death and then reanimation has led to a lot of rather interesting theories and experiments that they are all trying to do. The
To the oh, sorry.
My bad, you go.
No, it was just going to be a silly thing. To the conspiracy theorists, Kiara being British, and I'm not going to lie, she doesn't. Karina doesn't particularly care for the British, considering what they did to the Vikings. But what Kiara will do is, as she walks by and starts hearing some of these rumors, she'll just be like, "Maybe it was the British," and just keep walking.
There is a chorus. There we go. Good job, Kim. A chorus of, angry Irish accented whispers of "fuck the British" and other things to that effect, mostly not looking very well to, the British. And that one lone British scientist that suddenly, works in the corner of the lab just kind of quietly bows his head and goes back to his work, hoping that no one will mention him in these comments about fucking the British. Because fuck the British. And their crazy, I want to take over the world shenanigans. Elizabeth is busy working at the station. She's kind of moved her stuff towards Kiara's workstation. And by moved her stuff, she literally just picked up her microscope and walked her happy little ass over there. Even though most laboratory microscopes have the thing where you can where there's like 2 view holes so 2 people can look at it at the same time. So there wasn't really a need for her to bring her microscope over there. But Elizabeth is slightly extra. So
That's
she
fair.
fits in with Kiara quite well.
Kiara's not that extra. By the way, there's not a lot of tech at Kiara's section. She does a lot of stuff via hand, and she pretty much only uses the computer when she's directly told to use the computer, or when there's not really another option.
Well, there's not really a lot of other options. Most laboratories are very, very much digital nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Which kind of fucking sucks.
Oh yeah, no, she fucking hates it. I'm hoping this doesn't trigger her antithesis, because she's not really depending on the tech for anything. She's just kind of use it.
Yeah, it won't, because it's not like, instead of filling out this 90-page report via hand, you actually just typed it up because your boss has told you it's not a dependency. It's just because that's what you were forced to do.
Okay.
Because yeah, everything's very much digital nowadays, especially in a lab.
Okay.
In the back, someone just screams out, "Micropipettes!" for no apparent reason at all. I thought it would be funny. Micropipettes, yes. Elizabeth is very jittery Karina, Kiara can probably guess that Elizabeth has had a lot of coffee today as she kind of hops to and from one foot to another as she watches the cells split over and over again. When Kiara gets there, she'll kind of look up and she'll say, "Oh, oh, hello. It's good to see you here. Hello. Yes.
Hey,
Hey, how you doing?"
um, not too bad yourself.
"Oh yeah, me. I'm doing fine too. Yes.
Excellent.
Um. Oh my bad.
Oh, she just said excellent. She finds it
She'll
hard to speak to Elizabeth.
she'll nod and go on. So I have absolutely zero idea what this is. I've never seen anything like it. I've tried to classify it. I've used, the little tools and everything. The dichotomy keys or whatever the hell, however you pronounce them English. I do not like it. Uh, I don't know. It's some sort of hmm. Slime mold? It reminds me of a slime mold, but I've never seen a slime mold as vicious as this.
Perhaps it's mutated.
That's the only thing I can guess. And if that's true, and we can successfully prove it's this whole new thing, we could totally name it.
True, but let's not get too far ahead of ourselves here. As awesome as that is.
Of course,
I do appreciate the enthusiasm, though.
She'll smile real wide.
She'll she'll say, "Let's get a look at this and see what we're dealing with." And she'll check out the microscope.
Under the microscope, it looks very much how a slime mold would. And from what she remembers seeing, it behaves like a slime mold, slowly creeping through and eating everything in its way, though that's not actually what slime molds do. It's very weird. It's weird. They actually move. Like, have you seen videos of like slime mold moving? They fucking creep. Anyway, I'm very. It's late. Um, the cells continue to split repeatedly over and over again. But it as Kiara watches, Elizabeth will take a small micropipette filled with plant matter and then she'll say, "Watch this, okay? It's really I don't know what's up." And she will gently put a little bit onto the slide where this corruption will then swarm to the best of its ability over the plant matter, devouring it in its entirety. Another thing is that slime mold is usually yellow, but this is a very dark, sickening, and rather smelling brownish goop.
Mm, mm, Alrighty.
Doesn't smell as bad as that flower that literally smells like a rotting corpse, but it doesn't smell much better.
Alrighty. And you already had to reduce the size of it, right?
Yeah, it kept growing in the petri dish, which is, I don't want to say it's odd because it's not like, it's not like human cells, because human cells have this thing where anyway. Um, so it's a little easier to grow bacteria and stuff in a petri dish because we can feed it and it doesn't have a kind of limited split life as human cells do. Unless, of course, they're like HeLa cells or the other different strains of cells. Anyway, of course, you know how this all works. My apologies. I just ramble on sometimes. You can just kind of like hit me or something if you need to. It's kind of like a reset button.
No, I'm not going to hit you.
Okay.
Continue.
But it keeps growing, even if I don't feed it. That's the thing. Usually, the cells, if they aren't fed, they can't continue to split and reproduce. But with these guys, even if they're not fed for days and days, they will still continue to repopulate. And that's kind of very slightly worrying because that's not supposed to happen. Because the cells would run out of energy in a couple of days after splitting that much, but instead they just keep growing. Also, I was slightly too scared to go back there and take some more pictures, so I bought one of those toy drones and I got it to go out there anyway and took some pictures, and they don't look too good either. She'll hand, she's actually printed these out, so because, they do have both digital and kind of, when they print the reports out and they put them in the little folder like you always see in the cop show. She'll hand one of those over, and inside are a couple pictures of the clearing that you guys went to. Though, given how Kiara has seen this corruption eat away at things, it probably wasn't a clearing previously. It was probably a populated area with plant matter. The last time they went was several weeks ago, and it was, small. I think I said it was like a 5-foot radius or something.
Something like that. Wasn't that big?
Yeah. Well, it is much, much bigger now. There is no grass. There's nothing green in this area, and that it's now about a 15-foot to 17-foot radius. It's not a really perfect circle at all. There is just no plant matter left inside of it at all. It seems that whatever it comes into contact with, it just eats it. Which is not what any kind of substance or creature can really do in such a short period of time. Just completely devours that much that quickly. Like, not even fungus can do that.
Yeah, Karina's just gonna, or Kiara is just gonna say, I'm going to need to look into this myself. If you're too worried about going, then stay here. But I'm going to go and check this out.
Well, I didn't want to go because, okay, I didn't want to go by myself, should I say, because you remember the last time we went, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't want someone to beat up my car. We should probably go back out there though and check up on the thing because these are a couple days old.
You're right, but you're so jittery. I'd rather not aggravate it. You mentioned that. Hmm. Kiara is actually going to talk low because she doesn't want to bring up Elizabeth's weaknesses in public. That's trying to show respect for her and say, I know that your anxiety is pretty aggravated at the thought of it.
I mean, kind of. There's a reason why my teacher always said that I would be a lab rat, and I mean, I slightly am kind of like a lab rat, but I like, at the same time, I don't want anything to happen to you because buddy system. Like I know, like okay, Ireland's not that bad, it's not like America, but creepy woods, alone, alone female going out there, we gotta watch out for each other.
Oh, right, yes. That makes sense.
She nods her head. Yeah. Like I said, it's not like it's America or anything, because that's so much worse. But, it's still woods, and the last time, the car was all dented and broken, and so who knows who's out there. And, we gotta stick together. But yeah. Yeah. I'll, I'll go get our stuff ready. Yeah. Huh? She'll give thumbs up.
Kiara returns thumbs up.
And Elizabeth very quickly and very awkwardly exits stage left as she kind of not runs but speed walks through the through the lab.
Yeah, Kiara. Is there anything chimerically happening to this goo?
Yes.
Going on with it?
It does have a chimerical main mask, mean, bling.
That's a chimerical representation.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, the mask and mane, that's fucking Changeling the Lost. I don't even know what's up. Next thing I know, I'm gonna have like True Fate is walking up in here, even though that's also a Lost thing.
I mean, we're playing like there's a lot of potential true fate up in this venue anyway.
I mean, yeah, and technically the Tuatha De Danann are the quote unquote true fae of dreaming anyway, because they were like the original fucking fairies, but y'all just the mortal, quote unquote mortal descendants who have no immortality anymore, which is kind of sad. I don't. Okay, Kim, get on point. The chimerical representation is still, it's very similar to what it was before, though unlike the mold like it does now, it pulses with a dark energy almost that runs through it, pulsing sporadically. It it is a corruption, a disease. That much is clearly able to be seen. It's not any kind of mold or bacteria. Well, even though diseases are bacteria, it's not a mold or a slime mold that Elizabeth thinks it is. At least the dreaming representation, the chimerical representation is this is a disease. It's unpleasant and it just eats and eats and eats away at everything. of course, with the pictures that she brought back, you can't see the dreaming representation. Though Kiara would probably remember the last time she went out there, it was doing the exact same in the dreaming as it was in the real world.
Yeah. But what got her interest was the slashing of her tires and shit. Karina has an idea to mess with that some. Because unlike before, Karina has Wakanda now.
Yes.
She has a giant fucking attack panther to be like, watch the car. These people try to slash the tires, take out their leg.
I'll just kind of say, yeah, and what am I supposed to do if they're in the gray world?
Shout.
Oh, yes, let me just scream.
I can hear you, it'll be fine.
Can you really hear me, though? I remember one time I got locked outside. I was out there for an hour. You were too busy watching your videos online and you didn't hear me then.
Food wars are serious business.
What is the point of food wars? It's why?
It will
Nothing.
take you to go and watch Food Wars.
It's just people fighting over food. Why?
Over fights with food.
Why would you fight with food? That is a waste.
They are competing to see who makes the better food.
That is a waste of food.
Not if it gets eaten.
Why must you prepare your food in such a way anyway that you make it taste so disgusting? Why not just eat it raw? That's where all the flavor is.
I agree, but that's not the point.
Why can't I watch like GTA videos like the spiders get to over at Kincaid's place?
If the spiders were allowed to jump off of a bridge, would you jump off of a bridge?
Depends.
On what?
How tall this bridge was and if there was a nice, soft, cushy landing at the bottom.
That does not matter. You don't know how Kincaid spiders work.
Well, apparently they get to watch freaking GTA playthroughs and this thing called Twitch on the computer.
What the fuck is Twitch?
I do not know. Whatever said that she watched a lot of Twitch videos, and then when I asked more, she just continued to say whatever. I did not know what else to do.
Those spiders are fucking weird.
Yes. Yes, they are. That is why we do not mess with the spiders. The spiders generally stay in their cave and do weird spider things. We do not hunt there.
Like, watch these Twitch videos.
Yes.
You need to find out what Twitch is.
Well, why don't you just Google it? If I had thumbs and could interact with your weird gray world, I would do this. But I can't.
Yes, but not everything you see on this internet is true. One moment, Twitch is some sort of application for your phone. The next moment, it is a sex position.
Wakanda's just kind of quiet at that for a moment. And then they'll just kind of look up and she'll say, I'm a panther. There's only one position I know of. I believe you call it doggy style.
The humans call that irony.
I don't really know what that is. I am not human and I will never be human.
I'm not either. I'm just wearing the suit.
that doesn't make it better.
That absolutely makes it better.
No, that
I'm driving the car now.
Captain will just shout from the back. That still doesn't make it better.
Driving, I cannot hear you.
And here I thought you said you could hear me wherever.
Work, 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 work.
Elizabeth's just sitting in the passenger seat, not knowing what to do. She's just looking out the window. She's like, okay, she's lost her mind.
Oh, I didn't know Elizabeth was in the car with her.
Well, not yet.
Okay, I was going to say, like, hold on now.
Yeah. Nah.
That's a detail that would have changed things.
Nah. After getting everybody's y'all's stuff together, she'll hop in and kind of sit there. In the front seat, Wakanda is not very happy.
All he fucking wants. All she fucking wants, rather.
She's being very loud and rambunctious and threatening to rip up the couches.
And Kiara doesn't care about the technology.
Couch isn't a technology.
Oh, I thought he was talking about the seats. She was talking about the seats in the back seat.
Oh, she's talking about the couch at home.
I mean, like, she can just go to another fucking Goodwill.
Fair enough. It's about a 45-minute drive there. Most of it was just trying to get out of Dublin because Dublin traffic, I've heard, is a pain in the ass. I was going to say a pain in the bitch, and then I realized, and I thankfully changed that up. As you guys drive up, it is silent, which is odd given it's about the afternoon and you're on the outskirts of a forest. Usually there is rustling from the rabbits and the soft tweet of the various birds and wildlife that is found there, but there is none. Well, there is none, I should say, in the dreaming. In the gray world, there is still a little bit of noise, but not as much. It's almost like there's a hush over the forest, like when a great animal becomes sick, almost in that kind of way. They, settle down and become very quiet and pretty much just wait to die. Seems to almost be what the forest is doing.
Damn. Alrighty. And back at Kiara's mind, Kiara's just thinking fucking Ulster and their fucking distracting bullshit and fucking Tintagel. Fucking T-Angel, tired of his bullshit.
A little voice in the back of your head just kind of says, kill him.
No, that's Kiara saying kill him.
Fair enough.
Low key wants to, but she's like, you know what? No, I'm gonna give this homeboy a shot. But this night shirt that's hurting my back right now.
Damn. Damn. You guys park in the same parking spot as you did the last time. You guys can even see the broken glass from your car still there, or from your last car still there.
Kara's gonna make a note to pick that the fuck up later.
It's just a couple stray shards that they weren't all able to get because it was tiring and they had already done so much, so the crew went home. There is still the small pathway leading into the forest, and Elizabeth will take her bag and kind of sling it over her shoulders and then hand Kiara hers.
Kiara will take hers.
And then on they go, following the trail.
I'm checking something right quick. I'm trying to see how if you could just have a bow and arrow on you.
In what? In Ireland?
Yeah, just having a fucking bow and quiver, just fucking rolling with it. Because I know you can own one. You can own one.
Oh my god.
I mean, like, well, fuck it. She's a savage. She'll do it. She's just gonna fucking on top of her bag. She'll have like a fucking quiver and have a bow.
Okay, so the chick from Thor, not the main chick, but the little side chick, the one that was all crazy and stuff, and that threw the car keys in the weird time distortion well thing, right? Can't remember her name.
Oh, was that the first Thor movie?
I can't remember which one was the first Thor movie or not.
The one I fell asleep on.
Fair enough. It was the one she called Mjolnir like Mew Mew.
It's probably the newest one.
Well, no, I think she was in the first one as well. The first and the second.
Okay, so the one that you're talking about, did Thor fight the Hulk?
No, I haven't seen Ragnarok yet.
Okay, it's not Ragnarok. It might be the Dark World. I don't know.
Yeah, it's the first Thor and the second Thor.
Okay.
Was there two Thors? I know there was two Iron Man.
Yeah, there's three Thors because there's Thor, Thor the Dark World, and then Thor Ragnarok.
Fair, yes. No, I'm talking about the first and the second one. She was the scientist's assistant.
Oh, Kat Dennings.
Yes. How she was just like crazy and shit, and I loved her.
I was going to say, are you telling me that Elizabeth looks like Kat Dennings?
Slightly.
Okay, how slight? Can pull up a picture of Kat Dennings and tell me that again.
It's been a while.
If so, I think Karina and Ravenna are gonna need a new buddy to play with.
Jesus Christ. Yes. But I was also talking about more in personality as well, because when you the look on her face when she sees Karina with a bow is similar to the look that the chick had when Thor did pretty much anything weird. And it's just kind of like that mix of, what the fuck are you doing? And that is pretty fucking cool.
Kiara just looks to Elizabeth and says, "Two women alone in the forest."
And not with a fucking bow and, oh, I didn't mean to cuss, but yet not with like a bow and like, I have pepper spray! What? What? Use a bow and arrow for hunt. What do you expect to do? What? Okay, could we do like a non-lethal method then? Like, I have some pepper spray and a taser for real.
Fine.
Oh my god. Like, don't get me wrong, that's pretty cool. But, Like, I don't know how good you are with that, and I don't feel like getting shot, you know what I mean? Like,
Are you saying that I am a bad shot?
I don't know if you're a good shot or not.
Hmm. Puts the bow away.
Ah. She reaches over and just hands you a can of mace.
Looks down at his mate, looks back up at her. Like the fuck?
What have you never seen someone use mace before? Like, it's really good.
Why do you keep calling this mace?
Because that's what it's called.
Why? Can you hit someone with this?
What?
You said it was mace.
Yes.
It's not a mace?
No. Oh my. Like, are you sure you're okay? Like, what is up with you?
Why
Oh,
are cans being named after weapons?
it's not really the can. It's what's in the can.
I understand that.
Oh my god. You know, people name stuff weird things. Like, did you know there's actually a medical test in which you use a dipstick? Like that's what the test is. It's something to do with urine. I can't exactly remember what, but the thing you use to test the urine is a dipstick. It's like a urine dipstick test. Like,
Why is that strange? A dipstick is a common tool.
you've never heard the insult dipstick? Like, that's what I figured out in class, and when I learned that, that just kind of was like, wow, when you're calling someone a dipstick, you know, you're calling them like this thing covered in urine. Probably diseased urine. Yeah.
If I wanted to insult someone such as that, I would just tell them that the blood that they have is composed of diseased urine.
That wouldn't make sense though, because okay,
It was if they're a living disease.
yes, but urine doesn't go in the blood, but blood can be in the urine. It's like the hematuria. Yeah, hematuria is when there's blood in the urine, but there's not urine in the blood. That wouldn't really work out that way.
It's not about what is possible when it comes to roasting.
Oh, look at you getting with the slang! You called it roasting. Ah, yes. Finally catching up with the times, Miss Grayson.
Ish.
I'm giving you a hug as she just kind of reaches over and grabs Karina for a hug.
That ass almost stabbed this bitch.
Oh
That ass almost did that. She wasn't expecting it. She's used to like some wind up time, like and prep. Like
no! She was giving you a hug.
only Ravenna she allows to just hug like that. Like so she's like so she just kind of pats her back a couple times like
Ah, yeah, but we should probably go now.
yes.
Come along, young Padawan, so I can teach you more slang phrases that the youth uses nowadays.
What the hell is a Padawan?
Ah, really? Really? See, like, that's bad because that phrase is so well known. Like, okay, personally, I haven't watched Star Wars.
Oh, it's from
Cause,
Star Wars.
yeah, that's what Anakin was, wasn't he? Like a Padawan or like a young Padawan? You're my apprentice. Come along, apprentice. That is the point here.
Who is Anakin? Was he from any of the six movies?
I don't really know because I get him and like Luke mixed up all the time because I haven't watched the movies. I'm a Trekkie. Like, and live long and prosper. But no, like, I think he became Darth Vader or something. I'm not sure.
I mean, yes, he did, but I wasn't aware that they made movies about him. Out of character, Kim. Karina's facial and Kiara's psychology have completely blocked out the prequel trilogy.
I, I don't watch Star Wars. I don't really
The
know.
prequel trilogy is considered the bad one.
I didn't know that there was any considered the bad ones and the good ones.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The prequels are bad. The prequels are considered trash.
Okay. I guess the more you know.
Yeah. It's all right. It's no big deal.
Yes.
It's just Kiara only knows like the original three, and then like the new ones that have been coming out, like The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and shit. All that bullshit with like Anakin and all that. She's like, I don't know what that is.
Fair enough. I don't really know why they like it was just like 2 or 3 weeks ago when I realized like Anakin and Luke weren't the same person because for some reason I thought they were the same fucking person.
I mean, they had very similar storylines.
Yeah, doesn't one go like fuck off to some random ass Jedi freaking island or whatever, and the other one is literally just Darth Vader?
Ish. I'll tell you about it after the scene. If you
I'm probably gonna pass out after the scene. To be
you
fair,
know, I'll tell you. I'll tell you tomorrow then if I catch you tomorrow.
okay.
Because it's not a big deal. It's honestly very quick to like
It, hello. Um, but Elizabeth will just kind of say, "Yes, apprentice, let's go." She walks down the lane, which is funny because it's very much the opposite because Elizabeth is an intern, whereas Kiara actually gets paid. Do they have paid internships in Ireland? Probably. But um she leads her off the trail a little bit, having to go through, weaving and ducking as she looks through the GPS. But finally, the two of them reach the rather large clearing. The slime isn't moving as fast as it was in the lab, though Kiara is able to just kind of, oh, my pen, kind of guesstimate that's because instead of like in the lab here, it's actually having to eat something, or it is eating something, so it's taking much more time. Go ahead and roll perk alert.
watch me botch.
I would hope not.
On Discord.
Why do I have my PS4 controller in here? Oh, I was playing Castlevania earlier, that's right.
Did you get Monster Hunter World and play with me, Cam? That's exciting.
But that's like $60 though.
Play WoW. I don't know. I hear it.
Yeah, but that's not like. Oh, okay, listen. There's a difference of me having to pay $60 over the course of like 4 months for a game that I like, that I can play in my room alone by myself. And then there's a difference of like $60 for a game on the PlayStation that I gotta play on the PlayStation in the living room.
That's fair. It looks like that's a straight fail if it was Div 6. Unless I get Nature's Child for some reason.
Damn. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you just never really count on roll. Like, well, okay, it's all good though. It's all good, Karina. There's nothing out of the ordinary here. There's, it's all
Oh, it's not a bodge. Damn.
Yeah, no, like there's nothing out the ordinary. She doesn't see anything.
Okay.
And then she gets hit with an arrow. Ha ha ha. No, not actually.
In the archer.
Yeah, the archer just shows back up again and is like, haha, you thought you unleashed me away. But little did you know.
I would just request that if there's an evil archer character, you use John Barrowman's face for him.
Oh my god. Yes. Unfortunately, there are no evil archers. There is an evil King Dryeth, but he's more of a Morning Star kind of dude.
That's fair.
Actually, it's probably just like whatever the most popular medieval Irish weapon is, to be fair. I don't know what it is.
Imagine a motherfucker walking around with a cold iron shillelagh.
It's possible. He definitely does have cold iron tools, so y'all have fun whenever y'all go against him. So, what does Kiara do?
She's gonna approach a bit. She's gonna. Are they looking at the corruption now? Are they there? Or are they
Yes.
just away?
They're there now.
Okay. Kiara's gonna scroll on up. Just listening for Wakanda now, just in case. Um, she'll kneel down. What she's gonna do is she's gonna pull out her knife. Yeah, she didn't mention that she had a knife too. She's gonna basically what she's gonna do is she wants to see what's underneath the slime mold. So what she's gonna do is she's basically gonna kind of cut it away.
Okay. As she begins to do that, it does it. It moves away. The plant matter does. Well, the thing, the organism does. And underneath it is it's dirt. Though the dirt, calling it dirt is not exactly the correct term. It was dirt. It is dirt. But now it is mixed in with what one can assume is the waste byproducts of all the plant matter that the mold has eaten. So the smell becomes much worse when the mold is actually taken off of its, away from the dirt underneath it. And there's nothing green anymore. Okay. Like when you leave a salad that is coated in some kind of, oily salad dressing and no one eats it and it just becomes this nasty, slimy, brownish, greenish, just disgusting looking goop. That's pretty much what's underneath it. And then she will hear a soft voice from beside her just kind of go, "Why are you messing with that?"
It's not Elizabeth's voice, is it?
It is not.
Kiara turns.
This is in the dreaming. There's a looks to be about 16, 17 or so year old boy. Clearly a puka. Aw, damn. I got their character sheet and I forgot to put down what kind of fucking puka they are. Jesus Christ. Good job, Kim.
Question.
Yes.
Because that is a bit confusing. You're saying that there's a Fae in chimerical reality that doesn't have a human, didn't have a human body?
No, they do.
Okay. Because you were saying it was just a dream, so I was like, what?
Nah, it's not just the dreaming. They're. What is my mind doing? It's all over the place. Yeah, nah, they're there. I meant to say, in the dreaming, you can see that they have a chimerical Fey mean, and it's a
Okay. Alrighty.
that was brain not working too well. It's a, you know what, fuck it. They're they look to be a rat puka. You know, they've got kind of the big Dumbo ears and the little whiskers and the tail. But they look sickly. Their eyes, the blood vessels in the eyes are very pronounced, but instead of, you know, like when someone has bloodshot eyes, they're not, the veins aren't red. Instead, is it jaundice? Isn't it? I can't remember. Their eyes are kind of yellowish, and instead of the red veins, they look a little towards the, you know, the bottom. Is that even the right fucking word? You know, kind of peeking out on the eye that's visible. You know, the little white parts that are visible. It's instead black. It That's pretty much how it is with all of their veins, as you can see on, you know, through their skin. It looks like it's run through with some sort of black ichor. They just look very sickly.
Karina is gonna look for Elizabeth right quick. Is Elizabeth there?
Yes, she's there. She doesn't seem she's there, but she's passed out. She looks very peaceful, actually. She's propped up against the tree with her back against it, just taking a nap.
Does she look like she got knocked the fuck out?
Slightly.
Okay. At least now Karina knows she can speak freely. She just kind of looks back over to Elizabeth, looks back over to the dude, and says, "It's hurting our forest."
I know.
I'd like to help and fix it.
Why?
Because it's hurting our forest.
So?
So, let a part of my home be destroyed by this.
Well, why not?
Because this place is close to my heart. Like I said, it is a part of home for me.
I once had a place close to my heart.
Tell me what happened to it. That wasn't a direct question, by the way. It was a request ish.
Mhm. They were scared of me, so they made me leave. And anytime I tried to go back to my special place, I would be attacked.
This is starting to make sense now. Tell me if you were the one that did this. This corruption is your doing.
No. You want to roll intelligence changeling lore?
Sure, I will. Tim's figured out what this is. That's a Dante.
It's possible.
Tim knows that's a Dante he's looking at. Karina, though, do I still have Changeling Lore 2? Because I've been asking to get my lores updated, but they haven't been updated yet.
Oh. You can get. You're probably up to like Changeling Lore 3 at this point.
That's fair. I'm cool with that. If it's Diff 6, I got 2 successes.
Yes.
Yeah, Karina's like, oh, they just keep attacking him. Huh, you try to go back to a special place. Huh, he looks like a puka, but he doesn't look as fucked up as a beastie. Huh, huh, huh.
Yeah.
Thing that points to.
Yeah. With 2 successes, she she would manage to get on to that kind of thing. It's, there are definitely, she can definitely remember changelings that they just were wrong. And that when they had their chrysalis, it was tormenting and it leaves the face all scarred and the mind broken. And, changelings usually don't like them people very well, or very much.
Because they infect freeholds. Bad things when they get up in freeholds.
Yes.
Yep, as Karina's basically heard him talk for a little bit. And Karina will finally say to this boy, she'll say, tell me what you want with me.
I want you to leave.
Tell me why.
Because you will help my work nurture.
I guess this is your work then. Again, not a question, more a statement.
And why would you wish to know?
Whether you did or didn't, it seems quite clear that if I were to try and stop it, you would object.
Yes.
At the end of the day, then, I wish to know because I'm curious. It's not going to matter whether you did or didn't create this. What matters is that you are going to try and stop me.
Oh, see, I didn't hear. Did you say stop it or stop her?
Stop her from stopping it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. They will nod. Your friend has been nosing around here. I don't like it.
Unfortunately, it is her job. I must do so.
I don't care. Leave now. Did you hear that or did I cut out?
I did. I did.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. Karina feels ways about killing a fucking 16-year-old kid. I ain't gonna front. Like Shane about just offing this kid.
Yeah.
So Karina figuring that this is not going to be just an issue for herself, and this is definitely something she needs to speak to her liege lord on. Also, Tim wants to get more players involved. Also, Tim is realizing the scene is running and Kim is getting sleepy.
I got this shit. I am a trooper.
Karina will stare to him and say, I will go. Regardless of if you strike me down as my back is turned, you should know that others will come regardless.
That is fine. We will be ready. I am tired of being pushed around by the likes of you. You creatures. Just because you were perfect and whole.
Far from it.
At least you were accepted.
With some resistance. But child, tell me your name. Is Kim trying to think of a name?
No, I got a name.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Um, he kind of looks at her, and then looks over to Elizabeth for a moment. And he seems to think about something. Then he looks back to Karina and says, "Shadow."
I like it. Karina.
He will extend his hand towards her as a kind of shake.
He looks hella sick, right?
Yes.
What Karina's gonna do is considering he's spreading corruption and he's probably the source of the corruption, she has some gloves in her pack. She gonna slip some gloves on and some Fei Mei gloves, which I'm sure he probably gets it, but she will actually shake his hand. It's a gloved hand, but it's probably further than most have gone with him.
He looks kind of disappointed when she puts the gloves on and shakes his hand. When she pulls...
She'll say, nice try if that was what I think it was.
It wasn't really a try. It was more to see if you were stupid or not.
Disappointed that I'm not stupid.
No. Please. You will be a challenge.
We'll see.
Perhaps.
Karina is going to head on over and pick up Elizabeth. Say, go and take my leave now. Look forward to seeing more of you, Shadow.
Everywhere you go, you will always see me, for I am sickness.
Karina nods. That's going to be something that she's going to keep with her if she ever, like, when she beats this dude. And she really hopes she doesn't end up having to kill him, but she's probably going to end up having to kill him. There ain't too much you can do for Dante, but we'll figure that out in a minute. Yeah, Karina will walk with Elizabeth and fucking just carry her back.
Okay. Small backtrack. When Karina moved, pulled her hand away, there was a really nasty, kind of black spot on the glove. He was clearly, trying to do what she thought he was trying to do.
Yep. Karina may show respect, but she ain't dumb.
And then there is Elizabeth. When Karina picks her up, she is still very much asleep. It looks almost peaceful, honestly. But when she goes to pick her up and move her, there is a small flutter of movement as what looks to be a rather large. It looks similar to a mosquito, but mix that in with the fuel of nightmares and the dreaming, and that's kind of the end result. It has, of course, the what is it called? The proboscis, I think, on a mosquito. The one it has is dripping sort of ichor, and it's got 6 rather spinely legs. Yes, spinely legs. The wings look like they have been ripped to shreds, but are still able to fly. And of course, the body is pretty much see through, as the entire kind of like devilish mosquito is that pale, sickly white. And so when Karina moves Elizabeth, that will fly off. Though from where it flew off, there is a large welt on the side of Elizabeth's neck and spiraling out. It's very small and faint at the moment, but her veins are beginning to blacken.
Well, there goes that. Karina looks down and sighs. Now this whole thing has an even bigger, has an even shorter time limit.
Other than that, though, she is able to walk through the forest without much difficulty. Wakanda was chilling by the car, making sure nobody slashed it again. And so when they get back, the car is still in one piece. Wakanda is laying on the roof, sunning herself. And she will very idly just lift up her tail and flick it as a hello.
Looks like we're dealing with a Dante.
Ah. That's one of you sickly guys, isn't it? Or you fucked up dudes? Messed up, right?
It's deeper than that. Something awful must have happened to the soul that is within that body.
Well, I guess when everybody's all trapped in Arcadia, it's not all sunflowers and sunshine.
Maybe.
Hmm. So, what you planning on doing with it then?
I'm not sure yet.
Well, I'll help with what I can, but I don't want to get sick. If it's causing that weird thing that you went out to investigate.
Yes. It's infected our friend Elizabeth, too. This is why I didn't want to bring her along.
She's just a human.
Yes, but she's my human. One of my humans. Can't have a reputation for my humans dying around me.
That's a rather possessive way to think about it. Look at you, starting to sound like a real fae.
I'm starting to sound like Ravenna.
That too.
Away. Let's get her back somewhere. She's going to need to be quarantined.
Does that mean she gets to sit in the back seat so I can sit in the front seat?
She will need to lie down, so yes.
Woohoo! Wakanda, not really seeming to care for the human life, will just kind of hop down and scramble into the front seat. I would ask to eat her, but she's sickly.
You will most assuredly be infected. Seems from what I understand, even a touch is all that it took.
Then again, you have to remember humans are rather fragile.
Yes, but I do not want to take a risk with my own life. At least not one like that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. She'll be okay, though. Wakanda will stick her tail out and just kind of gently tap Karina on her shoulder, trying to be soothing.
She will be. I have a feeling that if we can find a way to reverse that corruption, we may be able to reverse what's happening with her. We may need to go into the dreaming soon and find out what's really going on there. Miracle reality is one thing, but this corruption may be somewhere else. Who knows who's been spreading it?
Yeah. Also, kind of leads to the question: why is it in the gray world too?
Don't know. I'm going to need to research Dante some more, as well as viruses spread. It's going to be fun.
Well, should probably get your human to this quarantine or whatever soon.
Yes. And so, yeah, Karina's gonna actually go through a fucking procedure for once because, like, she actually doesn't want the rest of the fucking people in the lab to get infected. But she will actually make sure that. Where's the bite?
On her neck. How to describe this? Because, okay, it's towards the lateral side. So on, okay, right side of her neck. Slightly above her collarbone. So it's kind of between, a centimeter or two above, the, where her neck meets her shoulders. The bump looks similar to a spider's bite, and so, like when Tony Stark had his big thing where he was having the corruption moving through him, and it was like slowly crawling up his neck. That's kind of what's going on. That slow thing is you can see the the disease moving through her veins.
Okay. Although, damn, this is actually kind of fucked up. They actually have a living specimen they can look at now. They can find ways to counteract this shit. Or at least treat her.
Yes.
Either way, Shadow's gonna have to get dealt with.
Yes.
I don't have too much else I need to do other than Karina being like, hey, so you got bit by a mosquito, you definitely infected. Don't have a panic attack, and you're having a panic attack. Okay, you're having a panic attack. Wow, this is a really bad panic attack.
She's actually not waking up.
Oh, she's not waking up. That does not help already. Yeah, no, Karina's gonna bring her on in and be like, yeah, she hasn't woken up yet.
They, will of course ask the barrage of questions of what the hell happened, what's going on, is everything okay? As the well, this is a science lab. It's not a med lab. You'll probably don't have medical staff on site. So they'll probably call an ambulance.
Okay, she'll pretty much answer all the questions without bringing up Shadow, really. She'll kind of just be like, we were looking into things. A mosquito bit her. I can only assume it was contaminated with something somehow. And she passed out and has not been able to wake up since.
They, will nod to Karina and kind of listen to what she says.
For the most part, she's telling the truth, except for it was Shadow.
Yeah. Technically, it was the little mosquito, but yeah.
Yeah, it was the mosquito. Like it was pretty straight fucking forward. And they know this is already something weird that they've been dealing with for a hot minute. But yeah, the way Karina sees it, like short of straight up Lady Midori, like modern technology is probably the best chance she's going to have of like her of keeping her alive at this point, really.
Mm-hmm. And they do. They put her in quarantine and pull her records and everything like that, and they get her set up pretty well. They do a saline drip and everything like that. She doesn't have to go on a ventilator or any kind of machine of that sort. All of her everything seems to be functioning well. All of her vitals are good and they're within the appropriate range. Her brain waves are doing, brain activity. It's doing just fine. Everything's working as it should. Just it's whatever it is just growing on the side of her neck.
Okay.
Okay. And if there's nothing else,
Karina's just gonna tell the count, but I don't think we need to RP through that, do we? Right. It's like, hey, I'm pretty sure there's a Dante in the forest. That's one.
Yeah, the count's just like, where there's one, there's gonna be fucking more, and the last thing we need right now is time to go hunt some Dante and, things of that nature. Of course, he's much more suave about it, and he doesn't actually just say, well, let's just go fucking hunt down the Dante, because he's an allele, and, that's for, like, lesser houses to go do, like, the Bowmain, or Easton, or something.
No, even Karina's like, maybe we shouldn't just go like hunt this kid down because he's like a kid. That's kind of dumb. Like for once, Karina's not like, let's just go kill these motherfuckers.
Yay, more dilemmas.
That was it.
Yes. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another scene in Darkness in Dublin. Yes,